On this episode of Unhinged with Kiriakos Vilchez, I'll be doing a mini review of Jennifer's Body.
You have created a monster and it will destroy you.
This is getting out of hand. Now there are two of them.
Yo quiero Taco Bell.
I don't know what the heck's going on here, but someone needs to get their asses kicked.
I'll be back.
What's your favorite scary movie?
This one looked at me.
Take your stinking hands off me, you damn dirty human!
You've got to ask yourself one question. Do I feel lucky? Well, do you, punk?
I am talking about the real possibility that he is still out there.
You're listening to Unhinged with Kiriakos Vilchez.
We come here tonight to sacrifice the body of...
What's your name again, Tiffany?
My name is Jennifer.
Super. We come here tonight to sacrifice the body of Jennifer from Devil's Kettle.
I need you frightened. I need you hopeless.
Before we get to the bad and the ugly concerning Jennifer's Body, let's start with what is really good about the film. The casting is good, the gore throughout the film is great, and there are genuinely funny moments scattered throughout the film, where you are having a good time watching it. I particularly like the editing style throughout the film, especially when we transition in between Jennifer's madness, as the succubus is taking over her, and Needy's constant worrying throughout. It's all tonally very sound, and the cinematography is on point. As someone who gets the themes and underlying messages of a movie like Jennifer's Body, I can't defend how disjointed Jennifer's Body felt overall because it wanted to tell three different stories about Needy and Jennifer. It settles on what feels like pieces of each. You also can't sit there and celebrate feminist empowerment and congratulate Kasama and Cody and others while this movie intentionally punches down at other people through their lines and chunks of dialogue. And it's all from a character we're supposed to empathize with. Jennifer Check makes fun of everyone, from disabled people to Chinese women to body-shaming men for no reason. While we keep in mind this is in 2009, this movie overloads the audience with that audience-specific shit, which feels oversaturated as hell even for its time. One charged line after another, not for anything other than getting you to hate Jennifer, but reminding you that you should also like her? It's confusing, and I wonder what the hell was going through director Karen Kasama's head when she decided to pour that cringe sauce all over her film. Yes, high school is terrible, we get it, but why all the extra hateful fluff? Even the first person Jennifer kills and eats is Ahmed, the foreign exchange student from India. Jennifer's Body is by no means the terrible film it was received as, but don't act like it's some groundbreaking commentary either. And don't box people into simplistic viewing categories based on their gender. There are plenty of people, regardless of their gender, who hate this movie, but it's not because they don't get it. They said as much when breaking it down too. It's the uneven writing and disjointed character arcs. Characters become narrative fodder, decisions make no sense, and it appears as if there's not a clear clash or direction coming from the subtext, from beginning to end. Where Diablo Cody scores, she also falls flat on her face with some of the garbage she decides to put in. You know how some extended cuts add more substance to a film where it lacks some in the theatrical release? Yeah, not this one. Jesus Christ, it's like she took a 6-week course at the MySpace version of the Learning Annex to come up with some of these totally relatable for teens scenes, and guess what? It's more social-specific cringe humor and useless story crafting. There's even a scene where the goth girls, and I kid you not, pop balloons at the dance in a kind of mourning for Colin, and one of them casually remarks that 2 of the deflated balloons represent each of their friends' abortions. What was the message there? It's just so lazy and confusing that you wonder if she just didn't throw anything in this movie hoping it would stick and resonate with the segment of the audience. What saves this movie is the fact that even with all these structural flaws, it does try to give something to everyone. Whatever message you might relate to as a viewer, that's great. But even as this became a cult classic, you can't claim it's some masterpiece of cultural relevancy. At least in the film world. It's very much a movie stuck in its time, but with big ideas. And that's really it. It's a dark comedy, or comedy horror, which doesn't deserve to be called a terrible movie, but it's not an amazing movie either. It's simply an okay movie with equal amount of really thoughtful stuff and really terrible stuff, and that's because Diablo Cody couldn't decide what the fuck kind of movie to write.
Beloved Spanish teacher, Senorita Erickson.
No way, Erickson ain't shit.
Now more than ever, put aside your teenage concerns about who's a cool dude or who's a hoe. We can't let that damn fire win.
It already won.
To conclude this mini review of Jennifer's Body, how do I rate a movie such as this? It's very much a product of its time. 2009 was a very different year from 2023, so many of the things that were funny back then aren't so funny now, but I'm also not a stickler for such things. What does matter to me is the writing. How does everything come together cohesively and for the audience's benefit? Unfortunately for Jennifer's Body, the disjointed writing and the scattershot narrative decisions by Kasama and Cody make the film weaker in almost every way, even if it is entertaining. That's why I'm going to give Jennifer's Body 3, count them, 1, 2, 3, out of 5 demonic cheerleaders. Thank you for joining me here on Unhinged with Kiriakos Vilchez, and until next time, stay safe, stay sane, much love, much appreciation, and I'll catch you on the flip side.
Fly? She's just hovering. It's not that impressive. God, do you have to undermine everything that I do? You are such a player hater.